Hey YouTube users, what's up? I'm just cruising the internet and I just happened to fall on this story. I've been researching it and trying to find video, and I cannot find a single thing except for a couple of snippets here and there. This is in reference to a dog fighter that has been breeding. He's major dog breeder and dog fighter. He's a lot bigger than Vick was. His kennel was called Wildside Kennels. The feds finally broke into it in North Carolina. Here's a story right now. Kennel where pit bull seized, called a major breeding center. Authorities seized 127 pits, and it was a 3-year investigation. The dogs were 62 adults, 65 puppies. There are a couple of videos on YouTube from the breeders themselves. One is like Juan, black guy, whatever his name is, and then Ed Faron. And Ed Faron's this old fat lard that thinks that he's doing a society a favor. And reading all these comments, there's people that are actually defending him, saying that they've bought dogs from him and they're wonderful dogs and he's a wonderful breeder and everything. But I don't know. He pled guilty to dog fighting, and he also wrote a book. It was called The Complete Gamedog. Complete Gamedog, A Guide to Breeding and Raising the American Pit Bull Terrier by Ed and Chris Faron. Here's just a couple of quotes from his book, and is just totally heart-wrenching here. He's talking about a specific dog right here. She was a super rough dog that hit our bitch hard and laid one of her legs open to the bone as soon as she was released. That was her first and last hold. At 9 minutes, Jolene had broke her front legs and was working the throat of a dog down. Here again, we later found out that she had broken both of her opponent's front legs and literally torn off one of them. Sadie has destroyed her face so badly that her sinuses were crushed. Her whole face was pulsing up and down. She was breathing as she breathed, and the air was bubbling out of the holes of her muzzle and her eyes. The last thing Jolene did before losing consciousness entirely was thrown up an incredible amount of blood. We couldn't figure out how she could have swallowed so much. We carefully pried open her mouth and peered inside with a flashlight, and it was then we just saw how badly she was hurt. There was a big hole between her eyes, big enough to the outside to stick a dime into, and the hole went clear through her skull, emerging in the roof of her mouth, just in front of her throat. This is talking about a dog that he later says right here. It's a shame that she had to run into one she couldn't beat, but it would have been wrong to deny Jolene her chance, and we believe it was the happiest day of her life. Now, this dog is basically being ripped apart, and he's saying it's the happiest day of her life. Here is the pretty much only video that I can find of, it's a candlelight vigil for all of the they found 145 dogs in that kennel that had to be put down because the Humane Society, of course, said that they were unadoptable. So here's the candlelight vigil.
As we get ready to finish up here, we're going to ring a bell one time for each dog, and we ask people to come and place the collars on the dog bed here, and at the end of this we'll have 145 collars on this dog bed to represent all of the dogs that had to die in this case. And then Sheila's going to sing a song for us, and anybody who would like to comment after that is welcome to. And again, thank you very
Now, normally I would just kind of let this go and be like, okay, well, how to try to figure out how to send this across the internet to get dog fighting some bad publicity, but I don't know, this is just bad. I can't believe that there is absolutely no news archive on any news channel about this. I mean, this guy was bigger than Michael Vick, and of course Michael Vick gets all the glory, but this guy is serving 8 to 10 month prison time, I think it was. At least that was as of February. So anyway, it just sucks that pit bulls always get the blame, and it's not the owners, it's the pit bulls.